All right, so we are heading to the gym, and it is cold right now, 7.5 degrees out, Chatham, Ontario. But anyways, guys, we're headed to my gym. Today, I was a little inspired after talking to my wife and actually my camera guy about goals and motivation, right? And you know, I'm just curious, you know, like to know, like, for other people, what is it exactly that keeps people motivated? And I ask this question all the time because, you know, with the students that I have, you know, my fitness students, my coaching clients, people that come to my gym, I mean, it's one that just, it stands out, and it's a, you know, I think a challenge and question that I deal with on a regular basis. So I wanted to just kind of tackle it head on. I mean, maybe I'm not going to hit every single point here today that's going to motivate every single person watching, but I think there's certainly some things that we can all take from each other. So I wanted to kind of share with you guys today, you know, maybe what it is that motivates me, maybe will motivate you. And anyways, this is my gym right here. So Sunday night, it's almost 10 o'clock, the night before Halloween. I was just discussing with Matt, my camera guy, what my little boy is gonna be. He's gonna be popcorn. He's gonna be a bag of popcorn. He's four months old, so kind of cool. So speaking of motivation, I mean, that's, you know, I can see how motivated my wife is, you know, just to be such a good mother, and I think it's amazing, you know, and it's no problem for her to be motivated to take care of our son, but not just take care of him, but be so involved and do such, you know, all these first things, like his first Halloween and his first time going trick-or-treating and the first costume he's gonna put on. And, you know, I think something like that, it might sound like, well, what mother doesn't do that, right? But when you can see the passion behind it, it's quite amazing, right? So I wanted to talk about motivation, you know, and it's not just gonna be about me and my family, but, you know, when I look at this place here, I mean, I walk in here today and I wanted to come here because it's a place that allows me to kind of think, do my thing, you know, sort my thoughts when the place is closed, right? It's Sunday night, so we're not open 24/7 here. But this place here, I mean, for me, was literally thought out almost 20 years ago. And, you know, now that I have it, it's like, it's great. I mean, don't get me wrong, I love it, you know, but to get to this point, it was literally taking small steps along the way, right? You know, just kind of etching out where I wanted to be, what I wanted to have, and having a gym, I thought, at the age of 13 and 14 was quite honestly just badass, right? It was like what I wanted to do. Just like I wanted to be a world champion bodybuilder, and, you know, I had these big goals at the time that I thought were like really, really big goals. I thought they were going to be it. I thought they were going to be everything. And, you know, you hear this all the time about people having these goals, and then once they reach them, then they have almost this feeling of like almost not being fulfilled. You know, even competitors in the bodybuilding world, I see this all the time. They'll compete, they'll do these shows, and they're done, and they almost go through like depression because they've trained so hard and they've, you know, got their physique to a certain point, and then they're like, crap, you know, now what? And then they don't have a goal, maybe they don't have the next show in mind, and they can easily get off track of what they were doing. I mean, how could you not? If you're just training twice a day, you know, 2-3 hours a day, eating 6 meals religiously, you know, and then all of a sudden you're not doing that, right? So it's an important lesson to kind of look at, though, because you have to ask yourself, well, what is keeping me motivated? What are my goals, and how am I going towards them? What's keeping me happening, but what's also fulfilling you? We see this all the time, right? People write thousands of books about this and YouTube videos, but I think it's something that we can all relate to some degree. So I'm not going to go too much into, you know, this way or that of it, but I think today, 3 things that I wanted to touch on, because I'm going through this right now, as again, I have a new goal, right? I have this new product that I'm releasing, and I'm super proud of it. I've been working like crazy hours just trying to get this thing going and get it happening, and it's been, next month, as of November, it's gonna be 12 months that I've been plugging away at this. So, and I've had my ups and downs, right? But I know that once it's here, that between my team and I, you know, all the work that we put into it, it's gonna be great, right? And I can't wait to be able to deliver that to you guys. But for my average person watching right now, whether you're trying to, you know, put on muscle or trying to burn fat, do a transformation contest, maybe you're just signing up to a gym. I don't know, right? But what I do know is that 3 things, right? We'll come into the gym side. So anyways, this is the gym that I have myself and a couple of my partners, right? So it's not just mine. But anyways, 3 things, right? Staying on track that I think are really, really important. One of them is environment, right? And that's why I came here today. I needed to be in the right environment to kind of clear my head, ask myself what are the next action steps I need to take today in order to get to my goal, which I have more than one right now, but you know, obviously one is my product launch that I'm super excited about, and obviously some stuff here with this business, some at-home stuff. I have lots of little things, lots of little goals. Some are big, some are small, but the environment that you put yourself in is like so important, right? It could be like, even for yourself, like what gym are you going to work out at? You know, what's the environment that you need to be in that's conducive to your muscle growth, or maybe the business that you're in for your personal growth, whatever it is. I think environment is so key. And I think if you're working towards whatever your goal is, I think it's really important that you take the time, sit down and ask yourself, what is the environment that I need to be in that is going to be conducive to your growth in whatever that is, right? So I want you guys to, you know, definitely think about that. You know, write that down. Just write down environment. You know, what environment am I placing myself in every single day? And is it helping me to get to where I want to be, right? So I know for me to be able to come here on a Saturday night, a Sunday night, or even in the morning before it opens, it's like I might only do it for 1 or 2 hours every other week, sometimes every week. But that time that I'm in that environment is like, for me, is explosive. It's quiet, I can hear myself, I can hear my echo, but I'm able to think just really clearly. And for me, that's awesome. You know, I need that. Distractions for me are like, holy crap, we could do a whole video on distractions and trying to reach your goals. But anyways, we'll stick to the plan. So environment, right? I think number 2 is, we hear this all the time, but having a plan. And I know it's like, you know, have a plan to fail, or if you fail, what's the saying? If you fail to plan, then plan to fail, right? So it is true, but I think there's more to it than that. It's like, you know, the plan is being resourceful and, you know, knowing that when you get to step A, how the heck are you going to get to step B, right? So if you've like, you know, if you're on your way to your fitness goal and maybe you've lost your first 5 pounds, well, what are you going to do when you stop losing and you need to lose the next 5, you know, in order to keep you going, or whatever it is, right? So you got to be ready and prepared as well for any plateaus or any roadblocks that might come along. It's the same thing I'm dealing with right now. Like, you know, I'm dealing with a bunch of little roadblocks because it's not all just up to me. I have a team of people that are helping me with all that I'm doing, right? I have my camera guy. He's always ready to go, right? And then I have you know, designers and people that are, you know, working on the production side of things, you know, and they're on their own schedules too, right? So there's lots of moving parts in any business, you know, dealing with employees, all that kind of stuff. So there's different variables, and I think when you're looking at the planning part of it, you know, you got to be able to say, you know, if I'm looking at my fitness goal, right? Well, how am I doing that? Like, how am I planning out my meals? Right? My time to cook those meals? Do I have the Tupperware to put these meals in? Right? Is that going to be more convenient to you? It sounds like these are little small, simple little things, but and they are, but it's just a matter of doing them, right? So you got to make sure you have, you know, that all in check. And then even from the training standpoint, I mean, I can probably, you know, I can for sure count 3, 4, 5 times in the last couple of weeks that I've been maybe emailed by, you know, whether it's coaching clients and students that I have online that are, you know, in different places in the world, that have run into roadblocks, right? And they'll tell me almost like they feel bad and they're like, ah, crap, like I didn't do this or I didn't get that. And I think it's okay, like it's gonna happen, but now what are you gonna do, right? And I think that's really, really important as far as the planning process, right? So sometimes we think of, maybe the planning part is, maybe it's simpler or harder than we think, right? But you got to sit down and you have to actually do that part, right? So the next part is success and results, and whatever it is that you're doing. I think that is super important as well, right? Because you need to sense that there's some type of, whatever the actions that you are taking are building traction. So are they? Are you actually recording whatever it is that you're doing? Because I think so often we can get lost in what is actually happening when we're going towards our goal, right? So, and I say that and I truly mean it. Like, people will be making progress and they're not even aware of the progress that they're making, And for those, maybe it's for my hard gainers out there that are like, man, I've only gained like 1 pound this month, right? I have that skinny guy that's only gained 1 pound this month. Well, it's like, dude, if you gained 1 pound of like dry muscle, man, that's pretty good. I mean, imagine if you did that 12 times this year. That's 12 pounds of muscle, man. That's a lot of muscle, right? But when we're not getting like a lot of that every single week and every single day, it's so easy to get frustrated, or to lose motivation. So I think, that third one is not just, having the results, but tracking them, right? So you have to find some way that you're measuring your successes. And, a simple thing that I'll do, that I try and do, honestly, I don't do it every day, but, some people say they give thanks, other people write stuff down. I remember for a whole year on my phone, just to train myself, I actually put it to say, a reminder. It was about 9:45 every single night, 3 positive things that happened today. And it would go off. Some days I would ignore it. Other days I'd be like, man, what are 3 positive things that happened today? And maybe I would look at different areas. If it was related to the fitness aspect of my life, well, maybe I could be like, man, I got all my meals in today, I didn't cheat, and I worked my ass off in the gym when I did my workout. I don't know, but those are all positive things, right? You're measuring them in some way, you're reflecting. So I think if you're able to do that, awesome, right? But you have to be very aware of these things and be able to do that at the end of your day, right? So, think of those things. Environment, what's the environment that you're in? Is it conducive to your growth and your success? Number 2, what is your plan? How are you attacking this? Who's helping you with it? Who and what are your resources in order to get there, right? And then number 3, being able to measure the results and successes that you're having, right? And sitting down, writing that out, having reminders, discussing it with others, whatever it is, right? So when it comes to motivation and what keeps you going, I think those things are really, really important. Simple, but I wanted to share that with you guys today because I think it's something that happened to me today. And I have been preaching this kind of stuff for probably the better part of like 10 to 12 years from a professional standpoint, and trying to get people staying in the gym and keep reaching their goals, or stepping on a stage, doing the same kind of thing, right? Or just simply packing on muscle. But now it's the same thing for me today, keeping it very real. I had to, spoke to my wife, spoke to my camera guy who, knows everything that, they both know everything that's going on within my business, and we're trying to, blast through some different plateaus and get this thing launched and be able to share it with you guys, right? So I've hit some roadblocks, but today I was able to say, okay, man, like, you know what, we are going at a good pace. We are getting stuff done. I have had results here in the last week. I got to remember that. Just because something didn't happen today, it doesn't mean that, the world is over and the product isn't going to launch and people aren't going to get it. It's going to happen. It's been 12 months I've been working at this. So it's going to happen, right? So, maybe that's a whole other video, is having some patience. Maybe I'm not a very patient person, right? Because I want things, and we all want success, right? So I can relate to you guys too. If you're trying to put on muscle, shed fat, whatever that is, same kind of thing. And I thought that's why this would be the perfect video to share with you guys, right? So I just wanted to kind of get real with you guys today on that level, from a fitness and business level, and how those can easily be related, and let you guys know some different ways that I've applied even just today in order to get to my goal that I eventually want to be able to share with everyone, for something bigger than, all the things I've done so far. So I'm super pumped about it, by the way. Just so you guys know, I'm coming out with a carb cycling program. Super pumped. Has an app, 5 different ebooks. I'm really looking forward. I've had a lot of help along the way. We've shot almost about 150 videos, instructional how-to videos on the workout portion of it. I won't give too much away, but it's kind of exciting, you know. And as you can tell, I can't wait. I'm like roaring inside to get this thing happening. So really pumped about it. But I do also have something for you guys today, right? So or for those of you, sorry, that have stuck around, checked out the video. If you look at the link below, I actually have a carb report that you can check out, right? So I think it's 18 pages, right? Just hit up the link, put your name, email, we'll send that off to you right away. And then otherwise, if you did like what I had to share today, then hit the thumbs up, share the video for sure if you really liked it, and then also subscribe to the channel, right? So let me know what else you guys want to hear about it when it comes to whether it's the motivational side of things, when it comes to working out, packing on muscle, stripping off fat, or even the technical side of things, right? I would love to hear what you guys have to say, all right? So I hope you liked it. Have a good day, and use some of these things that I talked about today, all right?